On tonight's show, the Rex Pit, we dedicating this live show to the legendary Hulk Ice Trae Young. You will be missed. We appreciate your service to the team. We appreciate your service to the city of Atlanta. Good luck in your future endeavors, legend. This one is for Ice Trae the gang.
Now if it's a party, you know I slide through. Hey, why me shine with no dime when I slide through? Hey, bitch, I'm elevator high when I slide through. I keep it real, I don't lie when I slide through. Now if it's a party, I know I slide through. Why me shine with no dime when I slide through? Hey, bitch, I'm elevator high when I slide through. I keep it real, I don't lie when I slide through. Step up in this bitch like I'm high, ho, I'm just outstanding. That mean that I can't lie. I got the green next to me, call that shit a standby. It ain't one big hill that a nigga won't fly. Yeah, I'm raising up the temperature. Home team, but let the heat gon' get up in the yeah. A nigga going hard as fuck, I'm tired of whack shit. I guess it's you if I'm offending ya. Now if it's a party, you know I slide through. Hey, why me shine with no dime when I slide through? Hey, bitch, I'm elevator high when I slide through. I keep it real, I don't lie when I slide through. Now if it's a party, you know I slide through.
All team was having no dime when I slide through.
Bitch, I'm elevator high when I slide through. I keep it real, I don't lie when I slide through.
I'm about to slide up in it, like sliding in some pussy. I'm still in bases with your bitch, dusting off that pussy. We drunk tonight, so we in the state sliding woozy. I'm about to see the cars pass, still sliding woozy.
I'm here.
Spot the skylights, I gotta push the gas. I'm about to hit the gas station, load up on some blacks. I see a little honey, she walking too fast. Before you slide up in her, you gotta have the cash.
Now if it's a party, I know I slide through. Why me shine with no dime when I slide through? Hey, bitch, I'm elevator high when I slide through. I keep it real, I don't lie when I slide through. Now if it's a party, I know I slide through.
Without further ado, man, let's get this thing get started, man. I appreciate everybody for coming through. When you come through,
I keep it real, I don't lie when I slide through.
We've had quite the eventful week, and oddly enough, this week is going by very slowly. If that's just me, then it's just me. But it feels like this week has gone by so slow, especially with the events that have occurred this week. The one mainly on my mind is Trae Young being traded from the Atlanta Hawks to the Washington Wizards in exchange for C.J. McCullough and Corey Kispert. With that being said, man, it's the home team and nothing but the home team. It's logo business. It's logo business. It's logo business. You fire Raheem Morris and Terry Fontenot, it's logo business. It's logo business. Uncoordinated than a motherfucker right now. It's logo business. Is logo business at the end of the day. Your trade Trae Young is logo business at the end of the day. It's logo business at the end of the day. So hey man, it is what it is. Today, I'm coming fresh off the road. I'm coming fresh from work. You know what I'm saying? So it's logo business. This ain't my business. But this is a nice hat. This is a nice trucker's hat. that I got from one of the jobs I used to work. So we about business, man. It is what it is. We gonna miss the legendary Trae Young, man. This show dedicated to Ice Trae. The gang is dedicated to my boy Ice Trae, man. You know, good luck in your future endeavors. I wish you success as long as it don't come at the expense of my Atlanta Hawks. Arthur Blank had a press conference today where he addressed the state of the front office, the state of the team. And he basically what he did in this press conference was exactly what I was hoping he would do, which is stay consistent with your letter to the fans that he put out Monday morning. Oh, excuse me, I needed that water. Turn it off. So, hey, he was consistent. He was asked I thought the media asked him the right questions. They asked him to give a answer on whether or not on whose decision it was to draft Michael Penix Jr. along with the acquisition of Kirk Cousins. And just he did exactly what he's always done. He didn't give you a direct answer. He just basically said it was we all decided to do it. Now, he did separate the two though and say that coaching saw an opportunity to get Kirk Cousins, and we all made a decision that we would get it done. He said that first, but he didn't say that about Michael Penix Jr. He didn't say Michael Penix Jr. was a coaching decision. Like I said, man, Michael Penix Jr. is the Blanks boy, and he said he's expecting for he's expecting for Michael Penix to come back. He do think he's their franchise quarterback. The surgeon said that he's 1,000% happy with the procedure that they had, and that he'll come back with a better than ever knee. The knee gonna be better than it ever was. It's gonna be better than it was when he was born with it. It's gonna be better than what God gave him. That's what the doctors say. Of course, that's what doctors say. It's gonna be better than what God gave him. Well, I hope that don't strike him down to hell, whoever that damn doctor is. But the doctor is for sure certain that he is getting a really good knee back, and he'll be back better than ever. Arthur Blank feels like that. He trusts that. He thinks he's the franchise quarterback for our Atlanta Falcons. That's what Arthur Blank said. That's what he said. And then he said, we'll see what the future holds for Kirk Cousins. And like I said, man, consistency, Arthur Blank, is all I was looking for in this press conference. I think a lot of us was hoping we was going to hear about whoever this new president of football was going to be. We was hoping to get that announcement. He kind of threw us a bit of a curveball. They did not start the interview process for president of football until today. Today is when they started it. So, I don't. I've been on the fence about ZRG and Sportology both doing these searches for head coach and for a general manager. I've been on the fence about this. I think that is probably why the interviews were held off for a few days. They wanted to give ZRG and Sportology ample enough time to compile a list for them and for them to be able to choose over who they was going to go over interviews with. I like that somebody in media asked about John Harbaugh, and I like that Arthur Blank gave them a clear-cut answer about John Harbaugh. He wants to get him in here for an interview. John Harbaugh has said he's not going to start interviewing until next week. So Arthur Blank, he said, hopefully we can get him in here for an interview next week. So that right there at least lets you know that I think that kind of gave us a bit of an idea of the window that we looking at for the hire for president of operations and head coach and GM. Because if he's hoping to get John Harbaugh in here for an interview, maybe that's because he's also going to leave it open for John Harbaugh to interview for more than just the president of operations or the head coach or the GM, mate. And listen, I want y'all to think about something. Just because all three positions are open right now, the only one I think that's for sure going to be isolated from the other two, is president of operations. But the head coach could very well be hired to be the GM too. That's something to think about. If John Harbaugh does get interviewed, maybe he gets offered not just the head coaching job, but maybe the GM job too, which I don't think I would be mad at whatsoever. Not one single bit. Let's show some love to the loyal compadres and compadres of the and no. First up in the building, Jonte Rosier. What's going on with your Jonte Rosier? He in the building. What's going on with you, my boy? We got Dre Murphy, the one and only up in here. What's up with you, Dre Murphy? We got Millie Mills in the house. What's up with you, Millie Mills? With the home team. So, hey man, I can't wait till I get them emojis and stuff. You know, like them personalized emojis that y'all can have when y'all become members of the channel and stuff. Like, man, I can't wait till I get all that stuff, man. That shit be looking so cool to me. I can't wait till I get it. I be going crazy on Ciabatta Mitch. When I be on Ciabatta Mitch lives, I be going crazy with all them little damn emojis he be having, man. I be going crazy with that shit. Who else we got up in here, man? We got 3 Daddy, one of the OGs in that game. What's going on with your 3 Daddy? Who else we got up in here, man? We got Southside up in the building. What's up with your Southside? What up, Blakberry? What's up with you, my boy? We got Miss Pamela Johnson, a.k.a. Aunt T, up in the building. What's going on with you? One of the lady birds of AFN. Y'all make sure, if you didn't check them out last night, make sure you go watch that replay of the lady birds of AFN last night on Atlanta Falcon Nation, featuring Miss Pamela Johnson. Yeah. Featuring Miss Pam. Yeah. Who else we got up in here? We got DB up in the building with the home team. What's happening, DB? Appreciate you for coming through, man. Hey, man. Listen, it's as simple as this. All right. Oh, let me get, hold on. I forgot something. It's as simple as this. Tonight's show is more than just being about reacting. We're doing more than just reacting here to Alter Blank. We're doing more than just reacting to the trade, to the Trae Young trade news. What we gonna do tonight is we gonna pay homage. We gonna pay homage to the great Trae Young. We are. We gonna pay homage. Now, I can't call Trae Young great, because y'all know how I am. I gotta stay consistent. I said, if you ain't won nothing, I can't call you great. I can say what you done did that can be great. I can name out some things, some great things you've done and some things you're great at doing. But in a totality, I can't call you great. I can't call Trae Young great, but he is a legend. He's an Atlanta Hawks legend, and he's a future Hall of Famer in the NBA. He's a future Hall of Famer in the NBA. And that's with a ring or without one. For everything that he lacks, he made up for with heart. He was never afraid of the moment. He always stepped up when it was time for a big play when it was time for a big play to be made in clutch moments, he was clutch. He had that clutch gene. That clutch gene that I even question LeBron might not have. Because I just ain't seen him be clutch. I done seen him take over games in like the last 5 minutes or so. The way he just started driving to the basket. Okay. You know how to enforce your will, but what about being clutch? Trae Young was clutch. 3 seconds on the clock. You need a bucket to win it or at the least go into overtime. Trae Young provided you time and time again with those clutch big shot moments. Whether it was a floater from the free throw line or whether it was a half court three from the logo. Trae Young was giving you a show. He was putting on a show, never afraid of the moment. No moment was too big for Trae Young. We saw that firsthand here in Atlanta. The Washington Wizards are getting somebody that's going to have a dog mentality. He may not be a big dog. But at least you ain't got to worry about him folding under the pressure. At least you don't have to worry about that. What's up with you, Raymond Collins? At least you don't have to worry about Trae folding under the pressure. Okay? Jay Murphy say, I like and love me CJ McCollum, though. That's my dog right there, though, bro. 100 point blank, period. Why you like CJ McCollum so much? That's weird. Why you like CJ McCollum so much? I mean, CJ McCollum is a solid player. I always felt like CJ McCollum was like the B plus version of he like the B plus version of I don't even know. Too small to be considered like Kawhi, too short to be considered like Melo. I don't know. CJ McCollum, he do his thing. He averaging almost 19 points a game. He gonna be able to come in here and he gonna be able to give you solid production on the offensive end, but he don't play defense. Corey Kispert, 6'6", wing offensive forward. He giving you almost 40% from three, not taking a ton of shots, only averaging 9 points a game. But when he do shoot them, he likely to make them. And he's 6'6" on the wing playing small forward, but he don't play no damn defense neither. For me, Trae may not have been an efficient shooter, but he knew how to score. And I think people don't know the difference. We traded Trae Young away and we did not fix problems that we had on the team. Now, I know some people have been telling me, Blakberry, you had like we done. Like we not gonna try to do nothing else before this trade deadline. That's not how I'm at it. If offense wasn't a problem with Trae Young off the floor, but defense was a problem with him on the floor, don't you think you should have got a deal done where you get back defenders? At least one. You got two offensive guys and didn't fix nothing that was wrong with the team. We didn't have an offensive problem. We don't have a problem scoring. We score points. Check this out. Hawks don't have no problem scoring points, bro. Where the NBA at? Let's check it out. The Hawks do not have, what? Oh. The Hawks don't have problem scoring, bro. Let's go to team stats. Team. What is it? The Hawks are 11th in the league in scoring. In the league, not in just the conference. Not in just the conference. In the league. They are 11th in scoring. They don't have a scoring problem. The Hawks are averaging 118 points a game. The top team is only 6 points ahead of them with 124, and that's Denver. After them is Oklahoma, 121. Miami, third with 120. The number 3 scoring offense in the league is only scoring 2 more points than the Hawks. They don't have a scoring problem. Defense is the problem. Rebounding, especially, is the problem. We are 25th in the league in rebounding. 25th. We're 25th in the league in rebounding, bro. Did we fix the rebounding problem? I don't think we did. Where's rebounding? Here go rebounding. Let's see what CJ McCullough is in rebound. Let's see what CJ is. He ain't nowhere near. And I get it. He'll guard. He'll scoring guard. He ain't looked at to be leading the league in rebounding per se. But he could have at least been top 50 if we trading Trae Young for him. And we got a rebounding issue. He could at least be top 50, but he's not. Neither is Corey Kispert. Go a guy we probably might be making a move for. Giannis Antetokounmpo. Might be making a move for him. He's 15th in the league in rebounding. Jalen Johnson is 14th in the league in rebounding. Oh. our leading, our triple threat machine right now, Jalen Johnson, is averaging more rebounds than Giannis Antetokounmpo. Can you imagine if we pair the two up? They're both averaging over 10, but Jalen averaging 10.3. We didn't fix nothing. We didn't fix anything. Did we add more scoring? Yes, but that wasn't the problem. The problem is on the night when we get 120, we giving up 130. On the night when we get 140, we giving up 145. That's the problem. What's up with your Georgia, Texas boy? Gats, boy. I got them gats, boy. Got three dots. Blakberry disclaimer: no championship or really good play. Fuck them stats. Straight up, man. Straight up, man. You gotta have standards. You gotta have standards in life, man. My standard is if I'm gonna call you great, you got to be there and won something. Even in team sports. I'm sorry, that's just what it is. Reggie Miller, great shooter, great scorer. Great clutch gene. Great efficiency. But he's just a really good Hall of Famer. Never won a championship. It's too bad. It's too bad. In his prime, Michael Jordan was in his prime too. It's too bad. It's too bad. Trivia question. Let me see. How many years? Jordan retired that first time in what, 92? His first retirement was in 92, right? Because he was gone for 93, then he came back for 94, 95, and 96. Right? I think that's what it was. I think that's how it goes. He won 91, 92, 93. Was out the 93 season. Came back and won 94, 95, 96. Who's that team that won in between the Bulls? A little trivia question. Who was the team that won when the Bulls did that year without Jordan? Oh, damn, boy. Jordan Test boy be on it. That boy be on it, boy. That boy be on it. It's the Rockets, man. The Rockets, bro. They got one before we did, bro. It's cool, though. It's cool. It's cool. It's cool. It's cool. It's cool. That was the last season we had Dominique, too. The year the Rockets won. That was the last year we had Dominique. And then Dominique went to the Rockets. Crazy. Yep, Olajuwon was a bad man. Had that big ass head, that big ass chin. But that dude was a beast, man. Olajuwon was a beast. Hey, man. Shout out to my dog, Ice Trae, man. I told y'all what it is, man. The Rex Pit tonight is dedicated to the legendary Trae Young. If you've been under a rock and you just don't know, Trae Young yesterday was traded officially to the Washington Wizards for C.J. McCullough and Corey Kispert. And what really just really got under my skin about this news, about the fact that this happened. No, Raymond Collins, it was not San Antonio. It was the Rockets. The thing that really got under my skin was that right after we on a high, everybody riding high. Raymond Collins just giving wrong answer just to give him the. I see what you're doing, my boy. I got you. But we riding high, man. We riding high. It's Atlanta Falcons. It's logo business. Where he ain't get fired, everybody feel it. Everybody was like, whoa. Arthur didn't even wait till he got to the highs. Arthur didn't even wait till he got to the highs and could pack his clothes and take that early vacation. He let the news break. And I think it kind of fucked up a lot of people when they heard Terry was right behind. The Terry news broke right behind the Raheem Morris news. They did not even give that. They didn't even give the Raheem Morris news time to settle in before they hit the fans with the Terry Fontenot firing. And it's been voiced a lot on this channel from a lot of you all in the fan base that a lot of you all wanted to see Terry go too. You didn't think that we had produced enough as a football team for Terry to be able to keep his job. And off the blank, he heard you. And he feels the same way. He said it today in the press conference. He just didn't think that the two individuals, meaning Raheem Morris and Terry Fontenot, didn't provide the necessary leadership to move the team that we currently have personnel-wise forward. He said it himself. He said this team is too good on paper. And these not his words verbatim, but I'm paraphrasing. This team is too good to not be better than what we've been. And he's right. He's right. This is a stacked roster on both sides of the ball. Now, on special teams, I think that's more on the coach than on the players on special teams. Lil Marquise, he was just dropping the ball. No pun intended. But on both sides of the ball, this is too good of a football team. Too good of a football team. When we saw Michael Penix struggle in that first Panthers game, he was struggling. He was struggling to find open receivers. He was struggling to read the defense. And even after the game, Carolina Panthers defense said we did the same thing all game. We just kept doing the same stuff. We expected more out of the offense. We expected them to do more offensively. We expected them to do certain things that when they weren't doing it, we just said, okay, we just gonna keep doing what we're doing. And why change up anything? The quarterback not seeing it, the offensive coordinator not seeing it, the head coach not seeing it. We doing the same thing. We loading up in the box, we showing blitz, and we coming on second down basically, and we not coming up. We coming on first and third. Second down, we was bagging off. They said it. They said it. First and third, we was coming. On second down, we was bagging off. What wasn't our coaching staff and our quarterback able to see in that first game, that first Panthers loss, when we got skunked? That right there, that game was the writing on the wall. That eventually was about to come crashing down. You got to have certain things. And Arthur Blank said it. He said it's a performance-based business in any sport. And he's right. When you're not performing well based off of what's provided for you, that's going to determine whether or not, that's going to determine your fate. If this was a Las Vegas Raiders roster where the only asset on this team is Brock Bowers, everybody else is smojos. You got a Genty who starts out well, but then he fizzles out after the first quarter. Other than that, what else you got? All you got is Brock Bowers. have nothing defensively. If this was a Las Vegas Raiders team roster and we finished 8-9, you would look at that as an upside. You would look at 8-9 as an upside. What did the Raiders finish? Let me say, because that coach didn't get a lot of time neither. Y'all don't remember now. Our boy, what's his name? Who was coaching the Raiders last year? That was somebody hit me out. Name on tip of my tongue. Shit. Why I can't get this motherfucking name out? Who was coaching the Raiders last year? Somebody help me. No. Nah. It wasn't Pete Carroll. It was last year when Pete was it? I thought it was Antonio what his name is? Antonio Pierce. Yeah. I think this Pete Carroll first year coaching. Last year was Pierce. That's right, Judge. It was Pierce. That job opened up real fast. Y'all see that? And Pete Carroll is a veteran winning coach in this league. So that right there tell you, it ain't just off the blank that ain't playing games no more. It ain't off the blank that ain't playing games no more. Las Vegas ownership, they say, hey man, we don't give a damn about your Legion of Boom and your time in Seattle and in your track. You know, we won't give a damn about that. We won't give a damn about that. Your history is in the past. What have you done lately? Lately, you've been losing. And I guess Las Vegas Raiders ownership felt like, hey man, we got, you had Brock Bowers, you had Geno Smith, who's not Geno when necessary. Well, I think Geno got hurt somewhere around towards the latter of the year. But you got Genty and you got Bowers. You should have been able to do something. I mean, that's not how I feel about it. But seeing as they didn't even give Pete Carroll an opportunity to do anything, George Tedwell said that was a Brady call. Maybe it was. Maybe. But it's just that it's performance based. If you're not performing up to whoever the standards are set by. Arthur Blank said it. He said it at the beginning of this season, before this season started. He said they know what I'm expecting of them. He said I'm not disappointed in last season, but they know what's expected. And they did not perform up to expectation. Now I see a lot of I was watching what is it? Falcon Fly Through. I was watching Falcon Fly Through earlier. Y'all make sure y'all go to the Falcon Fly Through. Or is it the Dirty Bird? It might be the Dirty Bird Fly Through. It's either the Dirty Bird Fly Through or the Falcon Fly Through. But try both of them on YouTube and go subscribe. And I was hearing a lot of doubt in the motives of our owner, Arthur Blank, from a couple dudes over there. And I know where it come from. It come from us being lied to before from Arthur Blank. It comes from these two firms being commissioned to look for the GM and the head coach. Why are we using two different firms to do this? That to me is what I don't understand. Why did we need an additional firm to look into finding the head coach? Why did we need to do that? Why couldn't Sportology do both? And I get it. What Arthur said today is he wanted to be ensured that any confusion about his involvement in the football part of things needed to be dissipated. Same thing with his boy Rich McKay. He wants to ensure to the fans he is not involved in football day to day. Of course, he has some input, but he's not involved in day-to-day football. He and I think that's why he's made it a point to emphasize the outside source to determine the potential acquisitions for these positions that are open in the front office and with coaching. So I get it, and that's why I'm on the fence about it, about having ZRG included in this head coach search along with Sportology for the GM. I'm on the fence about it because that it's that part of me that still is side-eyeing Arthur Blank because this democracy thing that he has, and I get it. He was asked that question today about one individual, one person having the say so on decision making. And he basically said that from his experience, everybody has to be involved in the decision making in an organization. He said in any organization he's been a part of, when he's seen it structured with a dictator, it doesn't end well. But he says when everybody is involved in decision making, he said it ends well. And I understand that as a team, we all are going to confer. We all are going to confer. We all going to sit down, have everything laid out for us to be able to go over, and everybody give their input. And that is what a leader is supposed to do. A leader is supposed to consider the people around him who works with him or her. They're supposed to determine everybody's input because this person's idea might be a good one. We might be able to use what they're saying. We might be able to use it. They might have an idea, but somebody else on the team might have a rebuttal to it. Might have an objection to it that makes sense that I didn't think of. So that's why it's good to sit down, confer with your team. But he did say that president of football has the final say. And that's what draws my attention. That's what draws my attention personally. How you all might feel about it. Hey, if you still I still think this is repeating the same cycle that he always repeats. He's just painting it differently now. He's not painting it the same as he usually does. Now he's just painted differently, but the cycle is the same. You can feel that way. But he draws me in and gets my attention when he says that this president of football will have final say. And then I like the part when he said it's not his job to do the job of the GM and the head coach, which I like too. Because that's just like I explained the other night on Fan Speak, or Let's Be Clear, whichever one it was. Oh man, I hate when I do that. I just had a brain fart. All right. I like what he said when he said, because I said the other night, for all we know, the president of operation is going to delegate the task for the GM that a GM does. And he's going to allow him to make those choices and decisions. But of course, he's going to have to report whatever he's doing to that president of football. If that president of football doesn't agree with something, I would like to think that that president of football would step in and say, no, I think we need to go a different direction. Now, I know for a lot of people, it's going to depend on who these people are. If it's what I'm afraid of is if Matt Ryan is hired to be the president of football, which in this press conference today, Arthur Blank, a reporter tried to do a subliminal question hinting at Matt Ryan, and Arthur Blank was like, I'm not with the shits. Today, I'm not with the shits, okay? That second half of that question was about Matt Ryan. Let me say it. Let me address it for you. We are going to be interviewing Matt Ryan for that position, but we're going to be interviewing others for it as well. But I like that Arthur said, he said it's not going to be that person's job as president of football to do the job of the GM and the head coach. And he said, I don't even think we would be able to find candidates that would buy into that. A head coach buying into knowing that the president of operations could supersede anything he say at any time he wanted to, which he can. But you want to have that trust that you're going to allow me to do my job. But what worries me is that if Matt Ryan is hired to be president of football and the head coach is somebody, or the GM and the head coach are individuals with eons more experience in front office and coaching than Matt Ryan, that when things aren't going well on the field, that fans are going to be looking for Matt Ryan to fire somebody or to tell the head coach to stop running pistol. Matt Ryan need to tell the head coach to stop running pistol. Matt Ryan need to tell the head coach to give Bijan the ball more. Matt Ryan need to tell. That's what worries me if Matt Ryan is hired to be the president of football. That worries me. Because Arthur Blank just said it, point blank, period. He just said it, point blank, today in his press conference. The GM got a job to do. He got to do his job. And the president of operations is going to let him do his job. The head coach got to do their job. So whatever these delegated tasks are for whoever this future GM and head coach are, they will not be dependent on the president of football for these decisions. And I love that he made that clear. Because it's all about who do you hold accountable first. Today, this season, and even last season, I thought it was way too much of that from the fan base. Everybody wanted Raheem Morris to be the guy who hung for everything, for the lack of a better phrase. They wanted him to be the guy that got the reprimand for everything. And it was very frustrating for me to hear, because from a business mindset, you got to hold people accountable to do their job. Whatever Ike Hilliard wasn't doing, it was enough for him to get fired for. Whatever Zach Robinson was falling short at, he should have been held accountable for that. Same thing for Lil Marquise Williams. And for any player on the team for that matter. It sickened me to hear so much Raheem Morris. What about what the other coaches are not doing well? What about them? What about the passing game coordinator not being consistent with opening drive scripts? What about TJ Yates? Huh? Clearly there was a disconnect because we saw in the last game of the season that Drake London, he didn't waste no time letting it be known now, like, hey, this is the last game. I want everybody to see. I don't care that everybody see that we ain't been on the same page. He telling Raheem get the fuck out of his face. He doing the subliminal get the fuck out of my face to Raheem. But when he get all the way back over to the bench, he ain't holding back on TJ Yates. So clearly there was a disconnect in the wide receiver room between coaching and players. That's who need to be held accountable first for if receivers aren't playing well. The wide receiver coach. Whatever happened with Ray McCloud is going to come out eventually, the full story. Eventually, the full story is going to come out. And not just Ray's side, but Raheem and Ike Hillier's side too. Eventually, we will hear the full story from all sides. Eventually. And shout out to Ray. Shout Ray. If anybody can get in touch with Ray McCloud on this, Ray, Maggie T Productions would love to have you on the Lady Birds of AFN, on the Atlanta Falcon Nation. Shout out to Ray. But eventually, it's all going to come out. Accountability works in a way where you cannot hide from your responsibilities. You cannot hide from what you are supposed to do. That's why I started this year off. I started this calendar year off, the 60th anniversary of the factioning of the Atlanta Falcons. I started the calendar year off focusing on one man and one man only, and that was Arthur Blank. Because in a general sense, the Atlanta Falcons organization, even before his ownership, has been a letdown to the city of Atlanta, to the fans of Atlanta. It has been a letdown for 60 years. And it's up to the current ownership to change the fate of it. Raheem Morris got hired even with a bad win-loss record as a head coach. Even with a bad win-loss record as a head coach, never make the playoffs as a head coach, a losing record as a head coach, he still got hired. He provided a losing season, his very first season, with a team who he said only needed a quarterback. And just like Arthur Blank hinted at this today in the press conference, like I've been telling y'all, that was the assurance that he came in here with. I got Kirk Cousins on the hook. I know I can get you Kirk Cousins. Arthur Blank said it today that the coaching staff felt like he was available and we could bring him in. So we all agreed to bring him in. That's what Arthur Blank said today. That's the assurance that Raheem Morris gave Arthur Blank, is that you just need a quarterback. And it was stupid of him to say, because you bringing in basically a whole new team outside of Bijan and Drake and Kyle Pitts and Tyler Algier and your offensive and most of your offensive line, and key pieces on defense like AJ Terrell and Jesse Bates. Other than that, you're bringing in a lot of new pieces. You're bringing in new coaching. You're bringing in two new unexperienced play calling coordinators. but you say all you need is a quarterback. You stupid. He didn't have forward thinking. And that's on Arthur Blank, because Arthur, you're the one that hired him. Today he was quoted with saying too much weight on loyalty and not enough weight on what he said. Too much weight on loyalty, not enough weight on something. I can't remember how he said it. But he was saying it was too much weight on loyalty, not enough weight on accountability or something like that. Performance. That's what he said. Too much weight on loyalty, not enough weight on performance. So he's letting it be known that it's on me. It's on me. He said it in the letter. He said the responsibility falls with me to provide championship winning product. He stayed consistent in this press conference, man. That's all I was looking for. Consistency. And he remained consistent in his press conference. But I'm afraid that this fan base will fuck up a good situation if Arthur Blank hires Matt Ryan as president of football. And because things might not be going well offensively or defensively or whatever, that they're going to want the fan base is going to be asking for Matt Ryan to make changes. When Arthur Blank just said today, it's not his pride. It's not the president of football's job to do the job of the GM. It's not his job to do the job of the head coach. It's his job to do his job as president of football. And he also made sure that he didn't put that president. He said, we made sure not to put president of football operations in there because he didn't want people to be confused about the business side of it. That's on Greg Beatles. The president of football is not involved in the business end of football. Like he said today, it's the football on the grass. That's what the president of football is going to be the overseer of. I love it. Arthur Blank. Your Arthur Blank is making me a believer. I honestly believe now, after today, after this week, basically, I really believe now that Arthur Blank is not playing games. He is not wasting time. He is not wasting time. He's taking the bull by the horns, man. He's taking the bull by the horns. Let's see what y'all talking about in the chat. Let's see what y'all talking about in the chat. Southside up here, he say, hey, I'm a miss Trae. He got drafted back in 2018, my 10th grade year. He saved Atlanta ball for a lot of us. Ice Trae the game. He got drafted in 18 years. So that was your 10th grade year, huh? Let's see what I was doing in 2018. In 2018, my oldest turned 6. No. 5. He turned 5 in 2018. My oldest turned 5 in 2018. He's 12 now. He'll be 13 this year. In 2018, my oldest turned 5. He was the only child at the time, too. I want to say that's the year I moved out here to McDonough. No, me and my wife and my son and my oldest, we was staying in Covington in 2018. We moved out here September 2019. So your 10th grade year, Southside, I was already being fruitful and multiplying. you, I hope, waited till after 2019, at least till after 2020. I hope you waited till after 2021, 2022 before you started being fruitful and multiplying. Y'all young boys, y'all give yourself a chance to be a bachelor, to be a single bachelor out here in your young adult life before you go trapping yourself in some situation with some gal. The most thing I'll say do is, the only thing I would do differently from my young adult days, the only thing I do differently is not move in with a girl. I moved in with my high school sweetheart. I moved in with her after high school. It was a big mistake. Don't move in with no chick. You can have a girl, you can have somebody that you calling your main squeeze or whatever, but hey, don't move in with no chick. Don't move in with a chick until you know you finna put a ring on her finger. You ain't gonna put no ring on her finger, don't move in with her. Enjoy single, enjoy being a bachelor, have fun. At least the first 5 to 7 years. I'm gonna say, yeah, at least for the first 5 or 7 years after high school, just be single. Be single. Trust me, it's the best advice I'm gonna give you. It's the best advice I can give a senior in high school right now. Be single them first 5 to 7 years. You can have a girlfriend if you want to, but don't be wifing up nobody. Don't be moving in with nobody and taking on bills together and having kids and all that shit. For the first 5 to 7 years, just be single. Just be single. So the test boys say the division being won by 8 and 9 record was the nail in the coffin. Right. You got a 3-way tie at 8 and 9, and the you winning out your last 4 games put another team in the division in the playoffs. Nail in the coffin, like George Test Boy said. We got Bernard Cantrell in the house. What's up with you, my boy? He say Jordan retired the first time in 93, came back in 95. Oh, okay. So the 94 season was the season that he missed. Okay. I was a year off. I was a year off there. 3W say those moves like they were those moves like they were done is so Atlanta. I'm telling you. And it's almost like they choreographed it that way. It's almost like the Hawks and the Falcons choreographed the news that was going to be put out. Let's get the city let's get the city hyped up and juiced up for this good news that we're about to put out there. Falcons. That's what the Hawks telling the Falcons. The Hawks telling the Falcons, hey, we finna put some news out there that a lot of goddamn fans ain't gonna like. And they already disappointed at y'all motherfuckers because y'all ain't make the playoffs. So so you need to put your good news out there first that you finna fight the shit out of Raheem and Terry and relieve Rich of his damn responsibilities with the Falcons. And you get everybody excited now. Get Matt Ryan name in there. Everybody, oh man, everybody was so hyped up and juiced up after that last game of the year, beating the Skanks. Not only did we fire Raheem and Terry and relieve Rich, but we beat the New Orleans Swamp Skanks at home. So everybody was on a high. You had me dropping videos and shorts. You had all the other content creators dropping videos and shorts. You had the city party and people throwing parties at lounges and bars and shit in celebration of the relieving of the duties of Raheem Morris and Terry Fontenot and Rich McKay. People going crazy. They talking about having a damn parade and having floats and shit for the celebration of the relievings. And here come the Hawks. And here come the Hawks. Not even 24 hours later. Breaking news. A team has shown interest in doing a trade with the Atlanta Hawks to acquire Trae Young. And it's the Washington Wizards. The first team out of all the 30 teams in the NBA, the very first team in, I want to say 2 seasons at least, because I think they've been open to the idea of trading Trae for at least 2 seasons, including this one. And somebody finally showed a market. Somebody finally opened up a market for Trae Young, and it was the Washington Wizards, because they got the cap room to be able to pay him now, and to be able to take on his contract, and to be able to extend him. And then they had an expiring contract in CJ McCullough, who we would be more than happy to take on, because it's short term, and if CJ McCullough don't gel well with JJ and Ansel Salah's vision, then it's real easy to part ways with his ass after this season. So it was a no-brainer as far as business goes, as far as contract goes. As far as contracts go, it was a no-brainer. But as far as just the morale of the city, the morale of the team and the fan base, man, it's a gut punch. And it's not just a gut, it's a kick in the damn balls. It's a kick in the nuts, man. It is. It's a kick in the nuts. You got us all built up and hyped up and excited about these moves being made by Arthur Blank and the Falcons, and then you tell us that Trae Young is about to be traded, and eventually was traded to the Washington Wizards. It's gonna be weird seeing Trae Young in a different uniform, man. For everybody that's been waiting for him to be traded, for everybody that's been counting the days, just hoping, just waking up every day, hoping that a trade gets done for Trae Young to get traded. Over on We Talk Hawks TV, is some guys over there, man. They talked about this shit every single day. They talked about this every single day. Trading Trae Young. Trade him. We need to trade him. We need to trade him. For whatever their reasons was, for those of them that just didn't like him, for those of them that just didn't think we could win with him, they just thinking about it from a basketball aspect. Whatever the case was, it was a debate every single day. People were waiting for this. They were waiting for this trade to happen. It's going to be weird for even those people to see Trae Young in another uniform. And y'all know it's only been 7 years. He's only been in the league 7 years. I think Trae like 26 years old. Hold on, let me see how old Trae is. Because I think he came in the league when he was 19 or 20. Let me see how old Trae is. Shit. Yeah, he's 27. He's 27 years old. He's only been in the league 7 years, man. He's been with the Hawks for 7 years. And for the better part of those 7 years, man, we got to see him be the difference maker on this team. We saw Trae Young step up to every challenge. When he came into the league and was drawing fouls in an unconventional way, and the league decided that they were going to band together and make it illegal for him to be for a player to be able to get fouls that way by crossing somebody over, getting past them, then stopping and shooting, drawing the contact, but it was no longer going to be considered a foul. That was the case for a couple seasons, but then eventually players started being like, "But damn, I'm getting fouled. I'm getting fouled though. Not just Trae, but other guys like Ja Morant, like LaMelo Ball. I'm getting fouled though. Like you gotta call it. The contact. I'm getting hit in the back. He gotta call the damn foul. But because Trae mastered it, he mastered getting those fouls drawn. He mastered getting to the basket and being able to get that automatic floater. He mastered that triple action option he had with Clint Capella and John Collins that nobody could stop. He mastered it, and the league band together to force him from being able to do what he was better than anybody at doing. And dare I say, he was better at doing it better than anybody ever in the history of the game. But they could not let him continue to do it, so they band together so they put a stop to it. John Collins didn't help because he came back after that Eastern Conference Finals appearance where we was just 2 games away from the finals. He came back that following offseason, got caught on PEDs, had to miss like 20-some games. Clint Capella was already in the latter stages of his career, so he was giving you boards, but he just wasn't giving you the shot blocking ability that he was giving you before. He was still running the floor like a demon, though, oddly enough. They traded Danilo Gallinari. Bogdan Bogdanovic couldn't stay healthy. DeAndre Hunter was inconsistent. And the young guys who we expected to grow, we couldn't get them to grow. You know, like who was that boy that went to New York? What the hell is beeping? I gotta see what that is. But hey, it's gonna be weird seeing Trae Young in a different uniform, man. And he's playing for Washington, so we got to play him a few times. How many times do we play Washington? I think we play Washington 4 times in a season. I think that's what it is. Yeah, they played the Wizards 4 times. I just had to be sure about that. Man, oh man. It's gonna be weird, man. Georgia Tech's boy say rumor mill says Quinn wants Morris as DC. It might be a good marriage. It might be a good marriage. You know, they keeping it under the family tree, you know, the family coaching tree. They're keeping it under that Shanahan family coaching tree, you know. So I get it. But it might be a good marriage. You never know. T Terry up in here. What's up with you, T Terry? He say Mr. Blanks is getting everything set up for Josh Blanks to take over after this big game 2028. Yeah. That's what the rumors are. Me personally, I feel like Josh Blank needs to go somewhere else and understudy under another franchise, under another organization, at least for a year. At least 2 years, in my opinion. 2 years. He ain't gonna do 2 years. Well, maybe one might be good enough. But I'd shoot for 2 under somebody else. And then bring him back. Just let him see. Just let him see what the yardage ran like on another let him see what another yardage ran like before you give him the keys to this one. Before you give him the keys to this one, let him see what another yardage ran like. Bernard Cantrell say Jerry tried to come get Jeff Uber. Arthur Blank hit him with that Mutombo. No. Arthur was asked about Jeff Obert today in the press conference too about trying to retain him, and he said just like I told y'all, they can't tell a coach who to have on his coaching staff. Now, you can strongly suggest it, like I said, I think was done for TJ Yates and for TJ Yates and for Dwayne Letford. I think Arthur and Rich McKay, I think they strongly suggested to Raheem to keep TJ Yates and Dwayne Letford on the staff, which Dwayne Letford was a no-brainer. You definitely keep him around. And TJ Yates, I think, is their boy that they want to continue to groom in-house. And I think whoever comes in will be strongly suggested to keep TJ Yates around again. Don't be surprised if TJ Yates is still on the coaching staff for this new coaching regime. I don't know what he would be, but I think he would be strongly suggested to be kept around for whoever the new head coach is by ownership. By ownership, basically, because they the end all be all. Wish someone talked to me, but it worked out. Early children bring early grandchildren, and in my case, great grandchildren. Good word, Blakberry. Oh yeah, man. I think I try to spread a little wisdom from time to time when I find the opportunities, when opportunities present themselves, and even when an OG like yourself can be able to get that knowledge after I done spit some knowledge, is more than welcome. And you never know who hearing it that need to hear it. It could be a little Jimmy. It could be a little Jimmy right now getting ready to use his little Jimmy without protection, and he needed to hear that, and he went straight to the corner store and got him some protection. And then he went back and took care of business. Shout out to little Jimmy. Shout out to little Jimmy. That is say, Blakberry, are these premature fan abandonments of our professional athletes part of the issues in our culture? Yeah, they are part of the issues because most fans, especially the general fan base, they don't have the type of wherewithal to know. They don't have a sense of time when it comes to what it takes to groom and to develop chemistry, with players in a system. Because it's not just about the players' individual play. They have to be able to develop within a system. A lot of players can be great players, but do they fit in whatever system that team is putting out there? Odell Beckham Jr., he's a prime example. Odell Beckham Jr. did great things as a receiver. He could catch balls, he could catch passes that a normal man, that a normal receiver would not be able to catch. It's a lot of receivers that was on his level that wouldn't be able to make a lot of those catches, and he was making. but he just didn't fit in a lot of systems because his style was not really something conducive of, in my opinion, organized football. His style was more backyard football. He just throw it up there and let me go get it. That's not. That's very limited in organization. When it came to being able to know subtle things about running routes and how to get open with subtle movements, he wasn't that kind of receiver. He wasn't that kind of receiver. He was just let me run and go get it. Just put it up there in the vicinity of where I'm at, and I'll one hand that thing. I'll bring it down, and hey, we gonna be on the highlights. We gonna be in the highlights. So it's more than just about the player's ability to play. It's also about them fitting in the systems. And the fan bases, they don't understand that when they see somebody screwing, because first impressions mean a lot, especially on the fan base. When they see a guy for the first time and he's screwing up, get rid of this guy. Get rid of this guy. Get this guy out of here. Now, me, I can see a guy perform for a few times, and I can determine if that's something, if he can do something from that. It's especially at the linebacker position. That's why I was so hard on former number 3. That's why I was so hard on him, because I seen that he hesitated to plug gaps. He didn't like sticking his head in the mix. He was timid. You can't coach him out of that timidness at the professional level. Maybe in an earlier stage in his career, and maybe when he first get into college ball. But after a year of college ball, and you just not, you don't like putting your head down there and plugging gaps, then you're not gonna ever develop it. And even if he was doing it in college, when he got to the professional level, he saw the difference in plugging a gap in the NFL and plugging a gap in college. Ain't the same. and it scared the shit out of former number 3. And he didn't want to stick his head in there no more. He just wanted to rely on his athleticism to get interceptions and to be able to do some chase down tackles. We don't need a chase down tackle guy. We need a guy that's going to be a point of attack tackler. And that wasn't former number 3. And I seen that though. Over time of watching him. I determined that after watching him over time. But a lot of fans, soon as that first impression is somebody dropping a receiver, dropping a ball, or a running back tiptoeing, or a quarterback holding the ball too long, or offensive lineman getting beat around the edge. That first impression, this guy's, get him out of here. He's no good. Get him out of here. You got to give it more time than that. So yes, it does. It is part of the issue. ATL 251 said, did Miami fire their coach today? I don't know. Let's see. Somebody probably already answered in the chat, but I'm still looking it up. Yep. They fired Mike McDaniel. He's fired. Damn. John Harbaugh might want to go to Miami. He just might want to go to Miami. I was thinking, see, when I see coaches get freed up from places that are known for being cold weather places, I try to think of us as a desirable place because of our weather. Like, it was 60 something. Oh shit. I think he got up to 70 today. He got up at like 72 degrees today in Atlanta in January. But when Miami comes available, I mean, we talking about the beach year round. You can go to the beach year round in Miami. I think it get cold in Miami maybe for a half a month tops in Miami. And it ain't cold. It's like 50 degree. Like you might get a 55 to 56-degree crisp day for about a couple weeks, and then it's right back into the 80s. It's right back up into the 80s. Love Miami, man. That's when I say that's our cousin city. That's Atlanta cousin city. Them our cousins down there in Miami. We love some Miami. Atlanta folks love Miami, and Miami folks love Atlanta, man. It's all love when it comes to Miami, man. Now everywhere else down there in Florida, we can give a fuck. We can give a fuck about Jacksonville, about some damn Duval. We can give a fuck about them. We can give a fuck about Tampa. Orlando, we just come there so we can let the kids play with Mickey Mouse. Other than that, we don't give a fuck about nowhere else in Florida, bro. But Miami is the place. They're my cousins down there. Joe Test boy say if TJ Yates ain't around the quarterbacks, he can go too. Shit, I don't want him around no damn body. I don't want him around no damn body. All right, man. I'm gonna start wrapping this up, man. Big Will must not have been able to come out. He must not have been able to come outside tonight. He probably got in too late last night when the street light came on. Got his ass whooped. So he on punishment tonight. So y'all make sure y'all go over to Will the Georgia Reaper on YouTube. Send him a message on one of his videos saying, hey, get your ass whooped tonight. Got in too late. That street light came on. Get your monkey ass out the house, boy. Shout out to Big Will, man. Shout out to Big Will. Hey, man. It's going to be a real interesting second half of the season in the NBA, not having Trae Young as a part of our Atlanta Hawks. Man, that's crazy. I'm still kind of lost for words on it, man. I'm kind of lost for words on it, man. But hey, it's logo business at the end of the day. Let me get this off him. It's logo business at the end of the day. This what it's about at the end of the day. Hopefully, Ansel Salah vision gets us to championship contention. And that's all I can hope for, man. With that being said, man, Trae, hey, man, for you, man, from me, from a lot of the fan base that's going to support you no matter what. We support you no matter where you're at. As long as it don't come at the expense of these Hawks, we wish nothing but great things for you wherever you are. Thank you for everything you did for the city of Atlanta. Thank you for everything you did for me as a fan. Being able to watch you with the nutmegs in the middle of games, the clutch floaters, the clutch logo threes, the excitement, man, the 25 and 10 average, 25 and 9.8, but 25 and 10. The 25 and 10 average over your career, man. We haven't had a guy like you in Atlanta ever. Ever. We've never had a player like Trae Young ever in the history of Atlanta. After Dominique Wilkins, we struggled to find that consistent star power guy that could be the difference on this team. You were that guy for us, man. You were that guy for Atlanta. Unfortunately, it didn't result in no championship, but you got us the closest we've ever been, being 2 games away from the finals. With that being said, man, Trae Young, man, good luck in your future endeavors, man. All blessings be the glory, man. All glory to the Most High, man. Y'all make sure you do Trae Young the solid giving them that respect on his social media. Send him a thank you. Send him a hashtag thank you, Trae. We're gonna do it right here the first time for the first time tonight. Maybe it spread, maybe it don't. But I'm gonna get it out. I'm gonna do it first. Pretty sure I'm the first person to do this. Hashtag thank you, Trae. Hashtag thank you, Trae, man. I'll be the first to do it. Hashtag thank you, Trae. Hashtag thank you, Trae. Hashtag thank you, Trae. Hashtag thank you, Trae. This has been the home team with Blakberry. That's Blakberry, no C, just a K. Catch us on the flip side.
Night ride on the train.